What's good, y'all? Martinez on the mic here. Welcome to fall break and your quarter two planning document. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through this document so it makes as much sense as possible. All right. First, let's check out all the different sections. We got part 0, which is the pre-work. We're gonna set goals, do brainstorming. So a lot of you have already done that and got up to a great start as of yesterday at Network PD, right? So this includes your goals for rigor mastery, for culture, how to make sure students feel great about the student experience, and another added one here is sustainability for yourself. We're really gonna need to plan out our quarter this week, and I want you to commit to it, right? So that we can work on making it better, not necessarily changing everything around. And this will hopefully improve sustainability for you all as well, okay? So after the goals, you went into brainstorm phase about unit topics, activities, assessment possibilities. That's where all the fun stuff happens. And so I know you all got a ton of ideas yesterday at Network PD, right? Then, before you get started, it's also very important to think about what are some possible core mechanisms, right? And so I've got some examples right here of what core mechanisms might look like. Core mechanisms are going to make your life so much easier if you have strong routines in place, okay? And so you need to think about, what is my Monday of every week going to look like? My Tuesday, my Wednesday, my Thursday, my Friday. And let's just do the same thing every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's sustainable for you. It's predictable for students. And so it really works out well. Now, before you go into your core mechanism, it's important to make sure that you think through what your core components of your class are, because you'll need to infuse them into your core mechanism. So let's say you're a reading teacher and you're like, oh, the important components of my class are ACT standard mastery, right? Essay writing and project development. Let's say for science, it's ACT standards, lab reports, and presentations, right? So whatever it is, you're going to need to think through the core pieces of your class. Those will often also be what go into your grade book, so that makes your life easy. From there, I've got some examples of what different core mechanisms can look like. So come back on your own time, process through these, and make a selection that works best for you and your class, okay? Next up. So if you're more of a daily mechanism thinker, here are some daily templates. So I just created one random one for each subject. Look at the other subjects too. You're going to find that you might like something about another subject, daily core mechanism. So just real quick, I'll click on math. I gave a suggestion. Again, you need to think about what are the core components of your class, right? If you're an English teacher and it's grammar, writing, reading comprehension, then you need to make sure that those are the 3 areas that kids see every single day, right? Anyways, so here's an example of a daily core mechanism. You might do the same thing every day, okay? Or this might be like every Monday, right? Maybe it shifts up a bit Tuesday. But this is all part of what you've already done in your pre-work. Today, the focus is going to be on part 1, which is your quarter plan and your unit planning. Okay, so what is this? The unit plan and the purpose section for all quarter 2. The purpose section is down here. Okay, it's going to make sure that the standards and topics that we have are very purposeful for our kids. Right? Why are we doing this section? Well, by breaking our unit assessment down into specific nuggets of knowledge and skills, we're later going to use these in the next section to create your objectives, right? So if your objectives align directly to the skills and knowledge that are on your assessment, guess what? You're going to be successful. Kids are going to be successful, okay? And that's the goal here. Since I've already gotten into this part 2 are your daily objectives and assessment questions. And so, as I mentioned before, you're going to take your knowledge and skills that you've aligned to your unit assessment question, your unit assessment task, and you're going to create your daily objectives and your objective assessment. You need to create a question that is going to help you assess whether or not students learn the material. It's one thing to teach it, it's another thing to learn it, okay? So this piece is going to be due at the end of Wednesday. This top piece is due at the end of Tuesday. This piece is due at the end of Wednesday. And Thursday, you're taking all of your objectives and your objective assessments, and you're building your lessons, all right? So you're going to create your activities that will support students through meeting that objective, right? You're going to be thinking a lot through your direct instruction here, or the process by which students will master your objective for that day. And you're going to insert that on Canvas, Google Classroom, or whatever the home is for your course, all right? Let's say you've already got your own planning document, right? I created a checklist of things that you need to infuse as a part of your planning document to make sure that you're doing the same thing that the rest of us are doing. But I know we all prefer different visuals, right? So you need to make sure you have your topics, your standards by the unit, your unit assessment questions, and your task. You need to list the content items associated with each unit, and specifically things that a student needs to know in order to be able to master the assessment. You need to list the skills that students need to have to master the assessment, transferability of every unit, your essential questions, your enduring understandings, your daily objective, and your objective assessments. So you need to have all of this if you're not using this document, okay? All right, y'all, that's the quick overview. In the next video, I'm going to be jumping in to how to go about figuring out what standards you need to pull in order to drive your units. Peace and love.